Good morning, students. Today we are discussing about 10th class biology, 3rd chapter, transportation. As in continuation, previous class we discussed about lymphatic system. So today we are discussing about cardiac cycle. Cardiac cycle. Now what are the outcomes? What after learning the cardiac cycle, what the students learn? So the first point is explains different events occurring in the cardiac cycle, draws the flow chart showing the different stages of cardiac cycle, differentiates between systole and diastole. Now let us discuss. So we know that human heart start beating around 21 day during the embryonic development. So this is you have to keep in your mind, students. So when we are in mother's womb, at the embryonic stage is 21 day. Now heartbeat is start. So now let us discuss about what is heartbeat. What is a heartbeat? So one contraction, one relaxation of auricles and ventricles is called a heartbeat, or lub, one dub, or one systole, one diastole is called heartbeat. So we can say in three ways: heartbeat, one contraction, one relaxation, or one lub, or one dub, or one systole and one diastole is of auricles and ventricles is called heartbeat. So now the heartbeat consists the following parts, and let us observe the contraction and relaxation of the auricles and ventricles. Already we know that our heart 4 chambers. So right, our heart have our heart have 4 chambers: right auricle, right ventricle, right auricle, right ventricle, left auricle, left ventricle. So here our heart consists of 4 chambers. Above chambers are called auricles, below chambers are called ventricles. So auricles and ventricles. Now how it is contraction is takes place, how it is relaxation is occurred. So how the blood flows from auricles to ventricles, when do we get lub dub sounds? This is very important. And when do we get lub and dub sounds? It is very important. Now let us discuss about. So it has mainly let us take the 5 steps, and here now the first is all the 4 chambers are in relaxed state. Means in the first step all the 4 chambers means auricles and ventricles in which state? Diastole means relaxed state. And whereas in second, this is our first and second, blood from caval veins or vena cava and pulmonary veins entered in the right and left auricles. Now here when you take the second step, so imagine, so our heart have 4 chambers. So now from the different caval veins blood is enter into the right auricle, and from the pulmonary vein blood is enter into the left auricle. So now here what happens clearly, and let us in what happens in second step. Now we are in second step, what they given, blood comes from vena cava, blood comes from pulmonary vein into the auricles, right auricle and left auricle. Now let us take the diagram and let us understand again. So our heart generally have four chambered heart. Four chambered heart. This is the right auricle. This is the left auricle, and this is the right ventricle. This is the left ventricle. Now from the lungs, pulmonary vein. This is from the pulmonary vein, blood is enter into the left auricle, that is OB. OB means oxygenated blood, nothing but the blood which consists oxygen, that is nothing but purified blood which comes from lungs and carry the pulmonary vein. PV. PV means pulmonary vein. Pulmonary vein. So from the different body parts, by the caval veins, blood is collected by and poured into the right auricle. So in this way, what happens? Blood comes from different body parts to right auricle, that is a DOB. Into the left auricle, blood comes from to the lungs through the pulmonary vein. So this is the second step. So once I have a glance, in second step what happens? In second step what happening? So these are the above chambers. Blood is coming from different body parts by the caval vein. Blood is coming from lungs, which is carried by the pulmonary vein, which is carried by the caval vein. Now, so right auricle and left auricle is filled with blood. So right auricle filled with DOB and DOB. Which blood? DOB. Left auricle filled with OB. So in this way, both auricles filled with blood. So now third one. Now auricles, artery are nothing but auricles. So and forcing the blood to enter into the ventricles. Now in third step what happens? Now I will easily. So already we know that. This is the right auricle. Here DOB is there. Here OB is there. So these chambers will be contract. This chamber also contract. So right auricle will be contract, left auricle will be contract. When contracting right auricle and left auricle, blood goes into the from the right auricle, blood goes to the right ventricle. From the left auricle, blood goes to the left ventricle. So in this way, here from the right auricle, blood goes through the valves. Here valves are present between auricular, ventricular apertures are there. Here valves are present through which blood is enter into the ventricles. Now fourth step. Now let us take a fourth step. So here, when auricles contract, blood is enter into the ventricles. Blood enter into the ventricles, and auricles will be relaxed. When the blood is enter from the right auricle into right ventricle, from the left auricle into left ventricle, here DOB and OB. Now these will be relaxed state. So when relaxed state, what happens? Now in fourth step what happen? Contraction of ventricles we can see. Means right ventricle will be contract and left ventricle will be contract. While contracting, from the right ventricle, blood goes to the lungs through the pulmonary artery. When the right auricle contracts, when the right auricle will be contract, blood goes through the pulmonary artery into the lungs, that is DOB. So DOB. While contracting, similarly left auricle will be contracted, left ventricle will be contracted. From when the left ventricle is contracted, blood goes to the systemic artery or aorta. So what happens while contracting both ventricles? Now here aperture valves are present. These valves will be closed because of not to enter backward direction. So blood, when the left ventricle right ventricle is contracting, blood not to go into the reverse, that is back to the right auricle. What happens here? Valves are present. These valves will be closed. In the same way, blood is not to go backward direction from left ventricle to the right left auricle. Here also what happens? Valves are closed. These valves are closed. While closing these valves, so what happens? Lub sound should come. There will be a, so in fourth step you can keep in your mind, you should keep in your mind, while contracting ventricles, right ventricle and left ventricle, when the valves are closing, a sound should come, that is called lub. So lub sound when it is coming means while contracting the ventricles. So this is called lub sound. In fourth step we can see. Whereas in fifth, so in fifth step what happens? When contracting, when ventricles, these are the ventricles and these are the, when contracting ventricles, blood goes to the lungs, blood goes to different body parts through the pulmonary artery, systemic artery. So what happens here? In now ventricles start, blood after entering into the lungs and different body parts, ventricles will be relaxed. And pressure is reduced. The blood which has entered into arteries try to come back. So now already I said what happens once they contract the ventricles. So now I draw a diagram for better understanding, and these are the ventricles. Imagine these are the auricles. Now when it is contracting, blood goes to the lungs. Okay, when it is contracting, blood goes to different body parts. So this is called systemic artery, this is called pulmonary artery. Pulmonary artery carry the DOB to the lungs. Now what happens when they are relaxing? Blood not to come backward direction. So blood is not to come backward direction. In the mouth of the pulmonary artery, in the mouth of the systemic artery, valves are present. These valves will be closed. So closing of mouth of the systemic artery and mouth of the pulmonary artery is while closing these valves make sound, that is called dub. Only you have to keep in your mind, while closing, this is a systemic pulmonary artery, here valves are present. While closing these valves, a sound should come. In the same way, it is systemic artery which goes to the body parts, carry the OB from the left ventricle. So here also it will be closed. While closing, sound should come. So this is present on the right ventricle. This is present on left ventricle. So they may close. So while closing, a sound should come, that is called dub. So in this way, what we observe in the fourth and fifth. So in fourth, the first sound we can hear, that is lub. lub sound should come when closing of valves which are present between auricles and ventricles. Dub sound we get when the closing of valves which are present to mouth of the pulmonary artery and systemic artery. So this is nothing but a heartbeat and lub and dub. So now what are systole and diastole? Very simple. Systole means contraction, diastole means relaxation. So first of all, auricles are contracted, and the first step is all chambers are relaxed, and second step contraction of auricles. In third step, while contracting, the ventricles are relaxed, and in fourth ventricles are contracted, in fifth ventricles are relaxed. So what is cardiac cycle? Now we can conclude one contraction and one relaxation of arteries and ventricles is called cardiac cycle. So these are the four chambers and auricles, ventricles. Contraction of auricles and ventricles, relaxation of auricles and ventricles is called cardiac cycle. These sequential events in the heart which are cyclically repeated in the cardiac cycle. The cardiac cycle includes, very important here, one heartbeat, one lub, one dub, or one systole, one diastole, or one contraction, one relaxation is called heartbeat. So what is the time for one heartbeat? Means 0.8 seconds. It is very important examination level. For one heartbeat, or for one lub and dub, or for one systole and one diastole, the time period is required is 8 seconds, in which contraction of auricles takes 0.11 seconds to 14 seconds, and ventricular contraction takes 0.27 to 35 seconds. This is you have to keep in your mind. Now what we learnt this, what is cardiac cycle? So the answer is what is cardiac cycle means one contraction and one the contraction and relaxation of auricles and ventricles is called cardiac cycle. Write the steps involved in the cardiac cycle. There is a 5 steps we seen. In first step, all the chambers are relaxed. In second step, contraction of auricles we seen, and in third step, relaxation of ventricles. In fourth step, contraction of ventricles, and fifth step, relaxation of ventricles. We can see that in fourth, fifth, we seen that lub and dub sounds. Lub sound will come when the closing of valves which are present between auricles and ventricles valves, whereas dub sound should come when the closing of valves which are present in the mouth of the right that is what we can say pulmonary artery and systemic artery. Now second question. So now difference between systole and diastole. So systolic pressure means contraction of auricles and ventricles. Diastole means relaxation of auricles and ventricles. So in systole, relaxation, losing of auricles ventricle we can see, whereas in diastole, in systole, contraction of auricles ventricle we can see. In diastole, relaxation of auricles ventricle we can see. So now in third question, different stages of cardiac cycle and help the flow chart. Already I explained you. There are 5 steps we seen. Number 1, relaxation of auricles and ventricles. Number 2, contraction of auricles. Number 3, relaxation of ventricles. Number 4, contraction of ventricles. Number 5, relaxation of ventricles. These are the sequence of cardiac cycle steps. And now let us answer the blood from pulmonary vein. So pulmonary vein you have to keep in your mind. Now I draw a heart and where it is pulmonary vein means, so pulmonary vein this is the lungs. Imagine this is the lungs. From the lungs purified blood is carried to the left auricle. So now this is called pulmonary vein. Now pulmonary vein. So pulmonary vein carry the OB blood from lungs to heart. Once keep in your mind, pulmonary vein carry the blood from lungs to heart. Pulmonary vein blood carry lungs to heart. Which blood means OB into the which chamber means left auricle. So the answer is left auricle means D. The right answer is D. Sorry. The right answer is left atrium. Oh. So the answer is left auricle, left atrium. So now fifth one, approximately time required to complete one cardiac cycle is approximately the answer 0.8 seconds. Complete to one heartbeat or one systole, one diastole, and one contraction, one relaxation. Time period required for 0.8 seconds. So this is, have to keep in mind, this is a cardiac cycle. Very important 4 marks question in examination level. 4 marks question. This is cardiac cycle. So how many marks it has? 4 marks. Sometimes they may ask choose the correct answers also, 2 marks also. So you have to keep in your mind and go through it.